And I'd like to introduce now Barnaby Evans, who is an inspiration to me for the way that he invests in community and art, and meanwhile is one of the most inspirational figures in Rhode Island on addressing the climate crisis. He understands firsthand extremely well what the climate crisis is doing, how it's threatening our state, and how we can come together as a community to address that issue.
Greetings all. It's such an honor to be with both the legislators, leaders that are looking at the environment, and so many people in this room we've been working with. This is truly the existential crisis we are facing on the planet. And the sooner we get started on it, the easier it's going to be to do. And I just want to express that there are solutions. We sometimes talk about asteroids hitting Earth or Ebola coming here or massive nuclear winter. We actually know how to solve the climate crisis. That's the frustrating. We don't know how to solve all of those, but if we work together, we actually do know what we need to do. And the problem here is leadership, motivation, and an understanding that these solutions can be resolved. And I'd love Rhode Island as the ocean state to really make a national name for itself for stepping out on this, and I think there's things that the legislature could absolutely do. One of the things I love to point out to people is with respect to Providence versus Boston or New York or New Haven or stuff like that, Providence is protected by the hill we're on and all these granite-based glacially tilled hills, and we have a very narrow exposure to sea level rise. So as opposed to Boston or New York or Baltimore or Miami, Providence actually could invest now, as we did with the first hurricane barrier in the nation. We were leading on the engineering. It might even be the first in the world, but certainly the first in the nation, of solving that problem. And because of that narrow exposure to the ocean, we could preserve Providence for another 200, 250 years. Sea level rise is coming. We need to gather the troops, come up with good design solutions, and invest in the future. And we need to reduce our carbon footprint by encouraging good best policy, carefully focused tax incentives for the proper investments. And I'd love Rhode Island to be even more of a leader in this than we are now. So thank you so much for all the leadership in the room here.
Thank you, and of course, certainly echo all of that. We have a lot to do and we can get it done.